Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Douglas MacKay, the host of the Lone Crow podcast. I just wanted to make a quick update video for you guys, let you guys know what's going on with the channel and the podcast and everything. But before I get into that, I also want to say a few huge thank yous. So first and foremost, I got to thank all of the new subscribers, and the amount of support you guys have given me has really lit a fire under my ass. You've really inspired me to keep going with this. I was a little nervous putting these out there. I've never done anything like this before. And you guys were really super supportive, and I really, really appreciate that. So thank you so much. And as an extension of that, I obviously need to say thank you to my good friend Justin Chernopeski over at Mountain Beast Mysteries, because I mean, without his shout out, I mean, I'd still be crawling up in the subscribers. So a huge thank you to Justin. Thank you so much, man. I love you. And a really important thank you that I forgot to mention in my first episode goes out to my good friend Cash Lewis. He's the creator of my logo, and he does all the artwork for each episode. He's an amazing artist. He's a really good friend of mine. You should check him out on Instagram. It's at illcashlewis. That's at ILLCASHLEWIS. Give him a follow. Check out his stuff. He's an amazing artist. And Cashin, love you, dude. Also to Brass Thulu for making the I guess theme song of the podcast. It fits perfect, and you made it years ago, but damn, does it work. So we'll call it fate. Thanks a lot, man. So with that out of the way, let's just quickly run through the updates. If you came here from Mountain Beast Mysteries, I know that Justin mentioned in the video that this was going to be a weekly podcast, and that is still the goal. Right now, I'm working a full-time job, and I have a certain standard that I'm trying to meet with each episode. And initially, I figured I'd probably be able to do it within a week, but after this last week, I realized that I need a little bit more than 7 days, but I don't want to have like a really irregular release schedule. So for the first few episodes, what I think I'm going to do is release it bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks, we'll get a new episode of the podcast. That way, it gives me some time to finish an episode to the standard that I want it done at. I want to give you guys my best, and I don't want to pump out a bunch of half-assed episodes. I'd like to, if I have to, slowly put out a bunch of really good episodes. So that's kind of the goal right now. And that should give me a little bit of extra time in between episodes as well to start working on future episodes, so I can kind of give myself a little bit of a back catalog so I can get ahead of the game, And I think once I get far enough ahead of the game, that's when we'll start seeing the weekly releases. On top of that, I'm still learning how to use the recording and editing programs. So that's taking a little bit of my time as well. I've never done any kind of editing or recording anything like this before. So it's all very new to me. Luckily, I have Justin to give me some help when he can, but he's not always available. He's a busy guy. So that's another thing that's taking up a little bit of time. So that's just kind of a quick update. I'm putting this out tonight because the plan was to release another episode tonight, and it's not to the point where I'm comfortable releasing it. I don't think it's done to the best of my ability, and I don't want to put out what I would consider I don't want to say it's going to be perfect, but I don't want to put out something that doesn't reach my standard of quality, because I'm a huge horror fan, and I'm a huge fan of these paranormal podcasts, and there are some really, really good ones, but every now and then you come across a really, really bad one, and I just don't want to fall into that category, So anyway, so that's kind of the main update. The other thing that I wanted to quickly touch on was that there are going to be some different styles of episodes throughout as well. As Justin mentioned on his channel, he'll be co-hosting a couple of episodes in the future. Maybe, you know, every third or fourth episode, not really sure. However, our schedules match up. But when it comes to that, those episodes will be slightly different. They won't be so deeply researched. They'll probably be more of a discussion episode. I'll do my research, Justin will do his research, and we'll just kind of sit together and talk about the topic. So those ones will definitely take a little less time to make. So depending how many of those come out, that could also help me get ahead as well on the really in-depthly researched and written ones. But yeah, you know, I have some ideas for the channel. I don't want to get into those too much right now, just because I'm trying to just get one thing at a time going, you know. I really want to focus on the podcast right now. But there is going to be other things on the channel, and there'll be different, you know what, screw it. We'll talk about it later. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you so much for all the kind words. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers for coming over and checking it out. Thank you so much to, you know, Cashton, Brass Thulu, Justin Chernopeski, all you guys. Thank you so much. I know that this is all very new, but I feel like if we can keep this thing going, we're all going to have something that we can all enjoy together. So thanks a lot, guys. All right. Have a good night.